I'm James Eagle. I work in the radiation safety team at ESR. I did a PhD through the University of Canterbury in medical physics in conjunction with the University of Washington, and I have been working at ESR for 2 years, and we do radiation compliance for the Ministry of Health. So I'm leading up this new study of radon in workplaces in New Zealand. This is a study funded through ESR Pioneer Grant and the Ministry of Health. Radon is a radioactive gas that comes from uranium decay in the ground. So rocks in the ground will decay, producing radon, which will then seep up through the ground and build up into your homes. Radon is basically everywhere, but it's a problem when it builds up to levels above 100 becquerels per cubic metre. And so this study is looking at workplaces that could be a risk, so places that are underground, mining, manufacturing, looking at schools, hospitals, just a range of workplaces that could have high radon levels. One of the reasons that this study was started was IAEA putting out new guides saying that all workplaces should be monitoring their radon levels to assess the risk to their health, to their workers. Radon is a risk because high radon levels can lead to lung cancer, and lung cancer in New Zealand is the highest cancer killer of all cancers in New Zealand, so it's relatively important. There hasn't been much radon work done in New Zealand, and it's always been assumed that radon is not really an issue, and so part of this work is to try to highlight that it is an issue in some locations. Not all locations, but some. So the thing that surprised me the most about this research is the range of data that we're getting. So some locations, radon levels are very low. They're down 3 to 5 becquerels in a hospital that we found, but then we're getting some levels that are up to nearly 100 in some schools, and then we found some caves that tourists go in are 1,000, and so those are relatively higher levels. And then we've found some locations up to 5,000. That's due to radium being present, which is a radioactive material that releases radon on top of just the natural radon that builds up. Places like museums will have radium, often for luminescent paint in World War II aircraft or watches, and so that can be a risk factor as well at increasing the radon levels. Once we wrap up the locations that we're doing, we'll be producing a report to the Ministry of Health, and we'll basically be trying to raise awareness on the radon issue and get them to fund further studies and basically highlight that this should be done basically New Zealand wide, that everyone should be checking their radon levels and build from there.